What's up guys, Mr. Apple here bringing you another review, and today I have my review for Superior Spider-Man issue number 2, and it's going to be an in-depth review for you guys. Um, Sorry there was no weekly recap this week, sorry, last week. My laptop broke, just got it back today, this morning, so I'm posting up some videos for you guys. Weekly recap definitely will be this week, either tomorrow or Monday, so come back for then, and stick around for the review. First of all, pretty nice cover. We've got Spider-Man, Doc Ock Spider-Man making out with Mary Jane, with Mary Jane's pretty well drawn by Ryan Stegman. But the issue kind of focuses yet again on Doc Ock kind of trying to figure out and fit into Peter Parker's life. We see him trying to balance his job at Horizon Labs, Mary Jane, and all of his other relationships, and then of course him being Spider-Man. And somehow he actually manages to do it better than Doc Ock. I mean Peter. Basically, when Peter would normally go on patrol, instead of that, Doc Ock has created hundreds of what he calls spider bots, which monitor the city for him, and he created an app for his iPad, so anytime there's danger, it'll message him saying, "Oh, here's the danger. You need to go and take it out." So basically, it stops him from having the need to go on patrol and to stop crimes. So that gives him more time to spend with Mary Jane and also working in Horizon, but mainly spending with Mary Jane. This issue definitely focuses on the relationship between Mary Jane and Peter. Well, Doc Ock Peter anyway. And we'd see them go on different types of dates. We see Doc Ock trying his best to get into Mary Jane's pants, so to say. He's taking her on dates. He's being cocky. He takes her on countless dates, takes her on 4, and then in the end they end up basically, what happens, he creates the spider bots because he wants to go on more dates with her, and every time he's striking out, she's saying, "I'll see you later," instead of inviting him in. And then one night he takes her web swinging. You can see the ghost Peter Parker there, and he says, "Come on, let's go web swinging," and that's a pretty cool page there. He takes her web swinging, and then he drops her off at her apartment, but Carly is there, so once again he strikes out. But basically in the end he just kind of thinks, you know what, I don't even need to try and be with Mary Jane. I can just enjoy Peter Parker's memories, which are now my memories. So he starts thinking about all the times that Mary Jane and Peter bumped uglies, so to speak. And we got the splash page of them doing it, and goes Peter Parker's like, "No, no, don't do it, no." Oh God, those are my memories. You don't have the right to look in there. And basically, it's just the whole development of Peter Parker, Doc Ock. He's getting used to it. He's trying his best to woo Mary Jane. He's trying his best to work well at Horizon Labs, even though he's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb because he's acting really strange. And then he's also trying his best as Spider-Man by creating those spider bots. But basically, in the issue, Ghost Peter Parker's there every step of the way, trying to contradict him, saying, "I'll get you when I get the chance. Don't do this. You should be out there patrolling, haha." Every time Mary Jane turns him down, he's like, "Psych, ha, unlucky," and he's just kind of he just does not want anything to happen between Mary Jane. And in the end, Doc Ock actually says, you know what, he thinks, you know what, Peter may be right, maybe I shouldn't get Mary Jane involved. And this is actually the first responsible thing Doc Ock does, and he says, we're dangerous together, we shouldn't be together, because when we're together bad things happen, and I don't want to endanger you by being with you. So Doc Ock says we can't be together because of this. And this was actually pretty smart by Doc Ock, and it was nice to see him use his brain, because he has one, for a change with Mary Jane, and do something relevant. And then in the end of the issue we see Carly talking with Mary Jane, and if you didn't know, in issue, I think it's issue 7, I think it was issue 700, Peter Parker Doc Ock, so like Peter Parker inside of Doc Ock's body. Carly goes to shoot Doc Ock, and Peter goes, no, it's not Doc Ock, it's Peter in here. And then because of all the suspicious way Peter's been acting lately, she's thinking, is this Doc Ock in Peter's body? And she doesn't necessarily say this, but she says, at the very end, she says, I got some investigating to do. So overall, a good issue. Yet again, we see Peter. It's nice to see that he is a superior Spider-Man because he's using his brain and he's coming up with these spider bots to help patrol the city and make his job a lot easier for him. He's working at Horizon Labs, but he's starting to stick out like a sore thumb the way he's acting around there. He's built his own robot, so he doesn't need any lab help, and it's just making him stick out a lot. And then the main thing, the relationship with Mary Jane, it's developed, but then at the end it's stopped in its tracks. Basically, Doc Ock thinks that he's entitled to Mary Jane because he's Peter, but he's not. And he realizes, you know what, I think it's better if we just go our separate ways, because I can have anyone, and I'll just go after anyone I want. And he says there's no point. But seeing Mary Jane still turning down the passes of Peter, but it's Doc Ock Peter, so he's a bit of a jerk. And then the ending with Carly. So it's a good issue, well written. I prefer this issue to the first issue because the first issue is kind of like a setup issue. This still is, but it's more in depth. You move on with the story, and we see more of how Doc Ock is becoming Peter Parker, how he's developing, and how he's taking on all aspects of his life in his own way with the Spider-Bots and so on. Definitely a well-written issue. Not my favorite issue, but it was good. I enjoyed it, and I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was pretty good. Actually, no, not a 4.5 out of 5. A 4 out of 5. It wasn't that good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a fun read, but it wasn't excellent. I rarely give 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 is basically me. 4.5 out of 5 means to me that it's a really, really good book. 4 out of 5 means it's a really good book, but it's not amazing. But it was a really good book. Definitely pick it up. Brian Stegman's killing it on the art. Just the cover, you can tell itself, it's really well drawn, and he does a really nice Mary Jane. I'll show you a good example. There's a nice Mary Jane there. And he does a good Mary Jane. Dan Slott writes Mary Jane and Peter well. He's obviously been doing it a while. So definitely a good issue. If you haven't already, check out Superior Spider-Man. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already checked it out, but you definitely should be checking out Superior Spider-Man. It's a really good series. Okay guys, that's it for today. If you haven't already and you like this review, subscribe to my channel please. I'm 2 subscribers away from 100, and I've got something planned for my 100 subscribers, which should be very cool, hopefully. I hope it's very cool. If you haven't already, obviously subscribe to DarkAvengerINCPlus, the channel this video's on. Great reviewers on here, great people who make videos, and lots of cool stuff. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, and comment down below what did you think of Superior Spider-Man and the whole Mary Jane Doc Ock relationship and how he's developing himself as Peter Parker. But thanks for watching guys. If you haven't already, like I said, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter, and check out Comic Book Frontline for all your written comic book reviews. That's all I have time for today. Peace out guys.